For the last 2 years, we've been living in the era of the prompt. You type, the AI predicts, and you get a result. This is zero-shot reasoning, a linear path from A to B. It's impressive, but it's brittle. If the AI gets one step wrong, the whole house of cards collapses. But a quiet revolution is happening behind the scenes. We are moving from passive AI to agentic AI. It isn't about making the models bigger. It's about making them smarter by giving them a process. Instead of a single brain trying to guess the right answer, we are building agents that can think, pause, reflect, and use tools. Today, we explore the 4 core patterns of agentic AI: reflection, tool use, planning, and multi-agent collaboration. We'll see how these patterns are transforming AI from a sophisticated autocomplete into a digital workforce. The first and most accessible pattern is reflection. Think of it as the second thought. In a standard workflow, the LLM gives its first best guess. In a reflection pattern, we force the model to look at its own work. We give it a prompt like, Here tell you about autonomous. L. We've a further correction. You examine your previous output for logic errors or inefficiencies. Provide a critique. Then rewrite the response. Technical deep debug. Research by Andrew Ming and others has shown a startling trend. An older, weaker model like GPT 3.5, when wrapped in a reflection loop, saying that you're performing a single because reflection allows for self-correction. Step 1. The generator. It creates a draft. Step 2. The critic. It compares the draft against specific criteria like security standards or tone. Step 3. The refiner. It integrates that feedback. A large language model is like a brilliant scholar locked in a room with no windows. It knows everything up to its training cutoff, but it can't see the outside world. Tool use or function calling changes that. In this pattern, the AI doesn't just talk, it acts. If you ask an agentic AI, what is the current price of gold? It doesn't try to guess. It recognizes that it has a web search tool in its inventory. It pauses the generation, calls the API, receives the data, and then incorporates that live data into its answer. For simple tasks, reflection and tools are enough. But what about high-level goals? This is where planning comes in. In a planning pattern, the AI acts as its own project manager. It takes a massive goal and performs task decomposition. It identifies that to write a report, it must first research, then outline, then draft, then fact-check. We see 2 primary types of planning. Static planning. The agent maps out every step before it moves a muscle. Dynamic planning. The agent takes step 1, looks at the result, and then decides what step 2 should be. This is known as the react pattern reason plus act. Thought. I need to find the current gold price. Action. Call get_market_data gold. Observation. Gold is $2, 300 per ounce. Final response. The current price of gold is $2,300. This turns AI into an executive assistant. It can check your calendar, send Slack messages, or run Python code to generate a chart. The model is no longer just a speaker. It's an operator. This mimics human executive function. If a road is blocked, we don't just keep driving into the barrier. We find a detour. Agentic planning allows AI to find the detour. The final, and perhaps most exciting pattern, is multi-agent collaboration. This is the leap from an individual agent to a digital workforce. Instead of one giant model trying to be an expert in everything, we create specialized agents with distinct personas. The product manager agent writes the specifications. The engineer agent writes the code. the security agent tries to hack the code to find weaknesses. Because these agents can talk to each other, they create a feedback loop that is far more robust than a single model working alone. They can argue, debate, and verify each other's work. Using frameworks like AutoGen, CrewAI, or LangGraph, developers are now building entire virtual companies that can run autonomously for hours to solve a single problem. The rise of Agentic AI represents a fundamental shift in our relationship with technology. We are moving away from being users who micromanage every word toward being directors who manage outcomes. But with this power comes new challenges. The infinite loop problem. Agents can get stuck in cycles of reflection that cost money and time without progress. The agency gap. Who is responsible when an autonomous agent makes a mistake in a legal or medical document? We are just at the beginning. As we refine these patterns, the chatbot, as we know, it will disappear. It will be replaced by invisible, tireless agents that work while we sleep, planning, acting, and reflecting to turn our ideas into reality. Subscribe Tech and AI Future to get more tech, AI, and space content. Thank you for watching.